Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm at the Funkadelic Shack here in St. Augustine, Florida. This is Miss Lindsay, the bar manager, and she's gonna make me a funky drink before I interview the owner. You'll see him in the background and get some breakfast. Yes, I am a day drinker.
Alrighty, so this is gonna be an apple whiskey smash. You're gonna start off, we are a beer and wine bar, so all of our alcohol is gonna be wine-based. This is our wine-based whiskey. Honestly, it doesn't taste like wine, it tastes like whiskey.
All right.
So we're gonna start off with some of that. And we do pour a little bit heavier because it is a little bit lighter.
Check what time it is for me.
And then all of our stuff is made in-house, so we are gonna go to our apple cinnamon puree. We're gonna do some of that in there. Made fresh every week. And then topped with our sour mix that is also made in-house, fresh squeezed lemon, lime, and a little bit of simple. And we're gonna top it off.
Oh, I can already see the cinnamon in there.
Oh yeah. And we're gonna top it off with some apples.
Okay.
And this is gonna be our fall apple whiskey smash. Here we are.
All right. Let me see what we got here. Anything? What are the other specialty drinks that you would highly recommend if someone comes in?
So I would say our apple cider sangria is probably like my top favorite one. Our pumpkin martini is great for dessert too.
Okay.
But every single drink that we have has something made in-house in it, whether it's our sour mix or our blackberry syrup, our cinnamon simple, every single thing. So everything's gonna be original. We have something of every kind of liquor too.
Okay.
So there's basically, you choose anything you want.
You sure there's alcohol in this?
Oh, I promise.
Y'all, that right there is delicious.
A good drink, you should never taste the
Oh
alcohol.
my goodness. That is delicious. Y'all come down to the Funkadelic Shack.
Come
here with
join
Miss
us.
Lindsay and get a nice cocktail like this one.
Woo.
That is delicious.
Right?
Today I am at the Funkadelic Food Shack. Used to be a food truck. Now you have, what, a brick and mortar here.
Yes, sir.
So tell me first the location here.
We're in St. Augustine Beach. Pretty much, one of the most south, parts of the town that you can be in. We live 3 minutes south of here, so when we saw this place go for rent, we're like, oh man, like this is it. Like
Yeah.
finally make our life simplified instead of
And you got the
hustling
RV park
around the
right
whole
there.
world like the food trucks.
Yes, sir.
We were everywhere on those trucks, man.
All right, so you have an incredible story. I'm guessing it was your wife that I was speaking through email.
Yeah, my wife Amanda, she's usually the one that speaks. I told her I'd take care of it today. She's got the kids at home. So.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yes,
family
sir.
first, always.
Yeah.
So how'd you get into the food industry first off, doing food trucks and stuff?
Well, we started out in the grocery business actually in the 1950s. My grandfather started grocery stores called Premier Foods.
Okay.
And those are on the north side of Jacksonville. And my dad ran those, until I was about 18 years old. And I don't know, between like super Walmarts and stuff like that, it was kind of getting tougher for like the grocery, mom and pop grocery stores.
Unfortunately,
and,
that's very true.
my dad ended up closing all the stores, and we had like 3 or 4 grocery stores. They were like the size of like Publix's and Winn-Dixie's. They weren't just like a petty little grocery store. And that was the first food, kind of thing that we were in. And then when the stores were done, my dad decided to open a restaurant. He had a couple friends. They owned sports bars in Jacksonville, and so he kind of like based it off what they were doing a little bit. They were pretty successful with it. So then Jerry's Grill was born.
Okay.
That was my family restaurant. We opened it's been 20 years, so 2004, 3, somewhere around there. I don't know the exact date we started the restaurant. I had 3 brothers, and then my mom, my dad, we were all in there together. Maybe a year and a half in, my pops passed.
Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that.
And he was like the business guy. So
Yes, sir.
we got thrown into learning how to cook. We kept going through, cook after chef, and they all sucked, honestly.
Right.
Like, we tried to keep making it work, but then me and my brothers just pretty much took over the kitchen, and we got it to where we were making good money, man. I did it for 8 years with my family. Being with, your whole family like that, it's very tough.
Yeah.
Me and my brother butted heads a lot, so
Understandable.
he had his way, I had my way, and I wanted to open a restaurant,
Right.
but it was pretty pricey to do that, and I didn't really have the money. And food trucks in Jacksonville were just like becoming a thing. You know, there was less than 10 at the city at that time. And
What year would this have been around?
this was 2013, 12 or 13, something like that. And my mom, you know, my wife were like, do a food truck. And I was like, food truck? I was like, eh. It's like, I don't want to be caged in a box all day, you know? So, but then it was so expensive to do a restaurant. We're like, let's do it, you know? And Funkadelic was born, you know?
How'd you come up with the name Funkadelic? Because it's a cool name.
I mean, I just like colorful, funky music, funky flavor. You know, I don't know.
Yeah, they're gonna see the flavors here in a little bit because I've seen a little bit.
Yeah,
of
we had a lot. You know, artists paint our food trucks. We didn't get like a typical, you know, vinyl wrap put around it. We just wanted to be different than everybody else. And yeah, the menu that we started with, we only had 3 or 4 things on the first menu, and then everything else was a special. And honestly, I didn't even taste the stuff before we opened up. We came up with the menu and just kind of like went with it. We winged everything. We winged everything and opened up. And, you know, for the first, 4 months or so, 5 months, we couldn't get over that like $400, $500 like hurdle and like sales a day. And then one day it just clicked and we took off, man. And we killed it in Jax, man. We were doing everything, music festivals, office complexes, caterings. We did everything, man. And we became one of the top 2-3 food trucks in the whole city.
Wow.
And I don't know, the food truck game started kind of changing after a while. It went from like 10 food trucks to 400 something food trucks. And like, you know, all the organizers of the events started charging so much to get in them and booking too many trucks. And I started focusing more on catering than events at that point anymore.
I see a lot of people that want to go to the catering through the food trucks.
Yeah, catering's profitable. You know, we charge them to come to us instead of these events charging you to come out. But, you know, sometimes it's hard to get to that point where you're actually getting enough gigs, though. You know, like it's hard, you know, especially when you have 400 other food trucks out there all trying to get caterings, and some are a lot cheaper than you are because they don't have the quality you have, too, and stuff. And but after about, I think, 5 years in Jacksonville, me and my wife just decided to be done. And we sold the food truck. We sold every possession we owned. And we went with the bags on our back and moved to the Virgin Islands to St. John.
Okay.
And we were going for Funkadelic Island style. And got out to St. John, and we didn't actually sign any leases or anything. We just kind of, we wanted to feel it out there before we spent our money on it.
And it was you, your wife, and you had kids at this point?
There was no kids yet.
No kids yet? Okay.
No kids, just me and my wife. Our 2 dogs came out there with us, and that was it. We were, at that point, I mean, I was just working at a restaurant, and she was working at a restaurant, and we were just kind of feeling it out before we made our investment. And we almost got into a lease. I mean, we got into a lease negotiation somewhere, and then it didn't feel right, so we backed out. And then a couple months later, Irma hit us as a Cat 5 and just devastated this island, turned it into like a third world country overnight. And, you know, we lived out there for maybe three months, no power, bounced around trying to find places to live.
Wow.
It was a very long camping experience.
Yeah.
And, we kept trying to make it work because we worked hard to get out there. And I actually, before we even moved out there, I had caterings for like a year and a half already booked. So before we even left, I like fulfilled every single one of those caterings before we finally like left and did it all. And then that storm hit, and I don't know, it just didn't feel right after that. And we were like, I don't know if I want to dump all of our saved money into anything here. And my mom was diagnosed with cancer back in the States. And
wow.
So we just decided to come back, and I don't know, I've lived in Jax my whole life, and I just wanted something a little different. Still try to get that island feel, but still be close to my mom, you know, and so we moved to St. Augustine. And at that point, you know, my wife is working in a restaurant, I was working, we didn't have a food truck or anything back again. And so we got pregnant, and we're like, these salaries at these restaurants cooking for somebody isn't gonna cut it. So we built a new food truck. We got back in the food truck business again. Not something I really wanted to do,
Right.
you know, but at that point I didn't really want to rush into a restaurant thing either. So, you know, we had just kind of gotten here, and well, yeah, we started the food truck, and honestly, it was tough in this town. It wasn't like Jacksonville. Like, people weren't really like, it wasn't like a food truck type city.
Right. Wasn't
you
real
know,
receptive to the idea.
they weren't receptive. You know, we'd sit on the side of the road just doing like petty sales. And it was me and my pregnant wife in those days, too.
Man.
We didn't even have staff at that time. It was me and her side by side, pregnant belly, like, and, you know, then we finally got a chance to get to this marina spot. And we moved the food truck over to the marina and had a permanent spot there, and COVID hit.
Right.
And we started killing it during COVID.
I
guess people just didn't want to be inside.
Right.
And
but they didn't have to go sit nowhere. They could grab it and go.
yeah, and we had, at that point, we had like a 17-foot food truck, and we were pumping out like, you know, $3,000 and $4,000 days, and we were like, we need a bigger truck. Like, this isn't gonna cut it, you know. And we ended up building a 32-foot trailer, had a walk-in cooler. I mean, dream food truck. Everything I hated about all my past food trucks, this was like the answer to that.
Right.
So we
No
bought
more
that
of
thing.
confined box. You got your big one.
We got room. If it got hot, I can go in the walk-in and cool off for a second. And we were doing well, man. We were killing it. And then, you know, COVID started easing up, and people started going out to restaurants again. And, like, you know, sales kind of leveled back to normal again. And they weren't really getting better every year. They were just kind of staying the same.
Right.
And I don't know. I've been in a box for so long. Like, you know, I wanted a real team. So, you know, we looked for restaurant spots for the whole time we were even in St. Augustine. Even while we had the food truck, I was always looking, and almost signed a couple leases but backed out. And then I found this spot. You know, it's 3 minutes from my house, and you know, they used to let people swim in the pool here. We used to have like a pool pass, so we'd come up here all the time, and it was awesome. So we're like, let's get this place,
right?
Like, let's do it. And
it definitely fits the vibe. I mean, I've only been in the one section right here, but I can tell it fits the vibe for you.
I mean, you got the intercoastals right there, the beach is right there. You know, it's a cool spot. Sometimes it's a little far from all the action down there, so.
But this is a nice little getaway, because
for sure,
a lot of times we go downtown to St. George Street. This is nice out here.
Oh man, it's beautiful down here. You're away from all the craziness. I mean,
Anastasia Island's right there, pretty close.
Oh yeah.
It's a really nice area.
Yeah, you can get out to Matanzas pretty quick, and you know, it's really chill and quiet out here. I mean, I love it out here. I think the hardest part about being in this spot is just being in an RV park like this, that I don't know if everyone just realizes this is not like a private place, that you can, it's public, you can come, you can eat, you know, just like any other restaurant in town. And we've been here about 9 months now, and we're doing awesome, man. It's doing well.
That's good.
We sold both of the food trucks, so
really,
we're out of those completely. Yes, this guy came out of nowhere and wanted to buy them, and I couldn't turn it down. He paid me what I wanted for them, and I couldn't say no. So, you know, I canned both of the trucks, and we're solely doing this, and I'm focusing on family a little bit more. And,
that's awesome.
You know, it was burning me to the core, man. I was toast for a while.
Listen, you deserve all the success.
I was toast, so I had to change something. So yeah, we've been here 9 months now. It's doing really well. We just started brunch about 3 weeks ago on Saturdays and Sundays, 9 to 3. That's going well, but you know.
And during the week, what's your hours?
During the week, we're open 11 to 9, and then we're closed on Mondays.
All right, so I always ask these questions. The one thing I do want to say is, like, when we started this channel, me and you was talking right before I got you on camera, is it started off me and my buddies just wanting to show all these places, and the more we met the people behind it, the food's great, but meeting some of the people and hearing y'all's stories is just amazing. And y'all's story to go out there and to be completely devastated on an island and go on that to becoming here just shows the perseverance and like believing in a dream and pushing through it. Like, it's amazing what you've done.
I mean, we even we had a restaurant deal a little bit more south of here before, and we actually went through the trouble of opening a retail store and event space across from it. And then, I don't know, we just had a falling out with the people that were going to be our landlords, and it just didn't feel right anymore, and we got out of it. And, before it was too detrimental to our pockets when we got out of it. And yeah, once we found this place, man, we're like, this is it. You know, we actually have parking here too. You have you have built-in, clientele with the RV
that's what I was saying. It's nice to have the
and,
RV park, so you always have a little bit of clientele. But I'm excited to try the food. But one thing we always ask at the end is, what would you suggest we order?
What would I suggest?
Yeah, I know that's kind of hard because you probably love all of it, but what's a couple of the top sellers?
Well, you got the OG stuff, like the OG burger, the OG shrimp sliders, the OG grilled cheese. Those three things have been on the menu for the last 12 years.
Okay.
So those were always, go-tos for people. Once we started the marina spot that we had, it felt like the lump crab grilled cheese took over everything over there.
Okay.
That thing was like just flying off the shelves over here. But then we get into a restaurant space now, and we've expanded our menu, and now I don't even know what's the most popular now. The lump crab grilled cheese is kind of like falling off a little bit, and it's just, I don't know. Every part of town you go to, people are just a little bit different, and you kind of gotta adapt to where you are sometimes. So we're still trying to learn what everybody wants around here. I'll keep tweaking my menu until I'm always changing it up. Like, I'm never satisfied with something.
I noticed you also got some funky cocktails in there.
Oh yeah, Lindsay, our bartender, she when she came on, she pretty much took over the bar, and we do even our mixers, all of our stuff we make from scratch too. So we don't have a bunch of stuff that's already pre-made in here. Just like our food, our drinks are even our drink. Sorry.
There you go.
Our drinks are made from scratch also. So. That was all Lindsay though with the bar. I told her what I wanted. That I wanted like funky, like, not your average kind of stuff.
Yeah,
and, we're bringing in beers that like nobody had. Like right now we have like a blueberry waffle beer. And that's from like local, breweries here in Florida though too. Awesome. So we're trying to support, local as much as we can. It's not always easy with everything, but we use local bakeries. We use local people for our desserts. We use, local breweries, all kinds, as much as we can local. You can't do it with everything, but.
So I absolutely love a lot of the stuff you're doing on the social media, because I found y'all on TikTok. So y'all have social media on Facebook, TikTok, any other places, Instagram?
Facebook, Instagram. Yeah, the TikTok we just started.
Y'all
I don't know what the heck
TikTok
like even really is, but
I kind of figured
they do it.
But they're doing a great job on it.
I don't even have a TikTok account.
They're doing a great job.
Are they? I don't even have an account, so I don't even know.
But y'all go out, follow them. I'm gonna post all their links up here to their social media. Follow them on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and I appreciate you taking the time to sit down and talk to me. It was a pleasure to meet you.
Yes,
I'm totally inspired. A lot of people, they hit a speed bump in life and they want to give up. And
I thought about giving up before.
Mountains a bunch of times.
I thought about it, but I'm not. My dad didn't raise me to be like that, man. He raised me to be a hustler.
Yes, sir.
Like,
you're doing a great job.
He made me work in the grocery store when I was like 12 years old. He was like, "You're working." He would pick me up. He would drop me off, and he had 3 grocery stores, and he would do his rounds and pick me up like 6-7 hours later, like 12, 13 years old. Like he made me work, man. Like, and that people don't really have work ethics like that anymore. Nobody wants to work these days.
When I heard when your wife told me the whole, like, sort of the shorter version of y'all's story through email, I was like, oh my goodness, this is crazy. So many people would have gave up and just said,
oh yeah. I still got that dream I still have that Caribbean dream though. That dream's not gone. No.
Oh man.
I was trying to get this place situated one day, and if I can get some good people running it, maybe bring that dream back. But I'm not gonna plan it, and I'm not gonna dream about it too much. It'll happen if it happens. Like, I can't really predict the future anymore because this world's a little crazy these days.
Yes, sir.
It's not a predictable world anymore.
Yes, sir. Well, we're going to get in there and show y'all some of the food now. Thanks again for sitting down.
Sticky rice bowl, too. That's another one that really takes off around here.
All right.
Our fresh catch, too, we don't do any frozen stuff with that. It's always fresh fish. Ceviche, too, is really good. Right now, we only have the scallop in there. We had a little issue, but good stuff. And that's one of my favorite things to eat, the ceviche. You can get the ceviche tacos or the ceviche sticky rice bowl. Good stuff, man.
All right. I'm excited to go taste it.
All right, guys.
Thank you again, sir.
All right, man. Good to meet you.
You too. So this is what we went with. My wife went with the funky nugs.
They're
Looks like
tots, goat cheese, pepper jelly, some kind of sauce, and bacon and eggs, of course.
I went with grits as my side, and look at this burrito, y'all. It's called the doobie, the funky doobie.
Eggs, so I'm gonna eat around them, but
Really?
I don't.
Well, go ahead. You can taste everything first. Here, you
I
can
mean,
put them on
a
mine.
little bit won't hurt. It's fine.
You could have said the reason. Everybody knows.
I don't really like sunny side eggs up. Also, I'm pregnant, so I'm not supposed to be eating them. But
There we go.
I just love all things like goat cheese and pepper jelly, so it's great.
Well, I'm gonna try it too.
Tater tots and bacon. How can you go wrong?
Oh, that's really good. That's really good. The sauce is awesome.
Yeah, I like the sauce. It's got a little bit of a kick.
I'm gonna try these grits because she's gonna eat them. I like them. You know, I'm usually not.
Yeah.
That's
Eat it.
that's some grits with love. Those are really good. Really good. Show y'all this burrito. Never go wrong with a breakfast burrito. It's off their brunch menu that I showed. That's annoying.
Made a giant mess. I knew it was gonna happen.
That's really good.
What's in it?
Egg, bacon, hash browns, their funky sauce.
Which I think is the same as that, right?
Yeah, go ahead. Really good. To me, this is like the perfect burrito. Tons of meat. This is a perfect hangover burrito is what it is.
Yeah. It's not like super greasy like some are.
So good. So good. What do you think about the grits?
Super creamy. Very good. This is also the perfect hangover food. If you
Oh
really
man, it's so good.
wanted it to be.
You can tell everything's fresh. That, you said it was pepper jelly, got a little bit of kick to it. Oh, so good. I hope y'all can hear me. We came down to the beach after going to Funkadelic. Funkadelic was super awesome. Highly, highly suggested. Every time me and our group come down to St. Augustine, it definitely will be a spot we're hitting up. It's great because they got the brunch menu that we showed today. Also, they have lunch menu, dinner menu, cocktails all the way up until 9 o'clock at night. I think it's 11 at 9 is their hours, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that's right. It was super awesome. Everybody in there is just, the staff is amazing, the owner is amazing. Y'all go out to Funkadelic here in St. Augustine and have a great time and have a blessed day. Like, subscribe, comment. We'll see y'all next time. Over the fellas.